Welcome to Family Gaming. Today we have Towerborne, which was just released on the April 29th on the Xbox Game Pass for the Xbox console. This did come out with Steam, so anybody that has played it before, you already know about this game. It actually is quite a hidden gem. I feel like it's not getting enough attention. It's a pretty good game. Anybody that's into those like Ninja Turtle type games where you kind of go up and down on the screen instead of like the huge 3D action games. This is kind of like how that plays, which I do enjoy. I typically don't play games like this, but lately I've been looking for things different, and this sort of scratches that itch. In this one, you do have 4 classes that you could choose from, and all of them are pretty good. The weapon selection is pretty good. The weapons will have different perks. You also get what they call aspects, which is sort of like gems you can add to your weapons. They do give quite a big boost, so make sure you pay attention to those and read what they do. Some give you defensive boosts, some are offensive boosts. It's all around just good to use them. Armor does the same thing. You can choose between armor on all your classes. Any class can use any armor, which is also nice. In this game, you do fight a variety of enemies. They are big, some are small, some are fast, some are strong, just like any other RPG. I think you guys will enjoy the variety that is sent your way. There are also quests and requests from different people that are in the city, which we will get into in just a minute. This is one of the first bosses that you fight here. You actually fight this boss a few times. Be warned though, he's actually not very weak. You do have to break their guard, and then there is a stun bar. It seems to be only for the bigger enemies here, or boss fights. That yellow bar as it goes down, that is when the stun is up, so you get a couple free shots in once you break that yellow guard bar. Now, of course, after you defeat any bosses, or if you just complete the level, not every level has a boss, you get rewarded with a chest at the end. This is where you'll get your gear. This is also where you'll be able to break down gear, which I will show you shortly. You break down gear so that you can upgrade other stuff that you have. Pretty simple, but it is effective. And here we are with armor, just to show you guys. In your menu, you go to your loadout. This is with any class that you pick. You can get a loadout per class. And if you decide not to use any of the classes, then you can pretty much break down all of the gear, like the weapons, because only each class, the only thing that isn't shared is the weapon. So I like the big fist guy. The rock breaker is my favorite. The second is the pyro class, which is the big mace with fire. I have not used much of the swordsman. He just uses a sword and shield. And then there's the shadow runner, who is 2 daggers. He's quick. Could be in and out of fights. I haven't given those two a try, but I am a big fan of the big mace and big fist. But this is an armor, as you said. Some of them have perks to it. These ones are basic, but if you go up to one of the green ones, they do have different perks per armor. These are the different classes that you can choose from. And then you do have skill cards here. It's really move sets. So when they say skills, it's really move sets. And then there is a support all the way down at the bottom where you can get stuff for your flask. So you're healing, that way you can stay alive. Here in the town is where all of the upgrades are going to happen. So if you go in here into the menu, you got your classes, and then you have your extra items. The extra items can be dismantled over here at the blacksmith. And when you get the dust, then you can then use it to upgrade what you have in your hand. The aspects are also used. You can put them right on your weapon. You can put them right on your armor. It'll do different things for you. And that is how you will boost your character. Upgrading is always the best way to bring damage, and damage is the best way to get kills. Another thing that is here in the Imperial City, there's a dungeon. You ring the bell and you fight. You do whatever the quest is right there on the side. So you have to, the first one is to defeat the enemy base camp within a certain amount of time. Once you complete this, it's your danger level. Your danger level, as it gets bigger, the enemies become harder, but you also open up more areas in the map. So when you go to the world map, there'll be numbers there. If it's highlighted in red, it'll have the number. So for this case, everybody starts off at level 1. So the first ones you're going to see, it's going to be highlighted in red, and it's going to say 2. And then as you defeat some of them, you unlock them. Then it'll start to say 3, and so on. The dungeon, actually, be warned, they are actually not all so simple. But in order to get that danger level up, gotta get good at the game. As you guys are watching me complete this dungeon here so that I could level up my danger and not be such a bum. This game can be played co-op. You can have 4 people on the same screen. You can also play, there are people all around your area. So whoever is playing, you can see them, and you can just simply send a request for them to join you. You can do it with your friends, you can do it with random people. It doesn't make a difference to the game. So give that a try if you are looking for multiplayer. I'm more of a solo artist. Every now and again I like to play with people, but don't be afraid. And with that hit, we get our victory, and now we are up to level 2. So now I can move on, and I can go to other spots in the map. And my equipment starts to get better. There we are, new danger level 2. So my equipment will get better and I can continue playing. The last thing I'd like to mention is that it is not all just running from one side to the next on these maps. In this one, we are trying to protect the wagon, so the gameplay does switch up a bit. This is a protection one. Some of them you have to free people. The hostages are in cages, so you have to bust the cages open. The gameplay does seem to change, and it keeps it nice and fresh, therefore you don't get bored. That's typically what my problem is on games that kind of just move side to side. Like I'm old, so I remember Castlevania, where you go right and left, and it was kind of the same thing over and over again. I love Mario, but Mario kind of got repetitive, and that's obviously why Castlevania and Mario changed up their gameplay. Same with this one though. These games that are made nowadays, they're definitely a lot more in-depth from the start, which I do appreciate. I don't mind moving side to side, but you got to give me something to do, and I do think that this game fulfills it. I don't think there are too many negative things we can come up with in this game. Action's nice, it's pretty fluent. You do get to play with people, so those that like multiplayer, the gameplay switches up. As I said, right now I'm protecting a wagon. I have released hostages. There are boss fights. It's sort of like an easier version of a Souls game. Obviously not as big, but I do think that if you guys give this a try, you're looking for something different, this can scratch the itch that you need. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to leave you to watch the gameplay here. I do switch between the big fist guy and the pyro class, which is the big mace guy. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you guys give this a try.